Person says, on this last show, 272, so this was last show. On the Sabbath, I was wondering what is prohibited and what is permitted. Some people avoid spending money on that day. So, yes, they do. And the reason why is, well, there's multiple reasons why. But the main reason why is because of Nehemiah, the book of Nehemiah. If you go into the book of Nehemiah and read through that prophet, he talks about how people were trying to buy and sell on the Sabbath and how it was, I don't think he calls it abomination, but he calls it, basically, they knew they weren't supposed to be doing it. He tells them. Now, then the question comes into play, can you create or derive halakha and like commandments from narrative? Now, if you ever go through like my father's class on hermeneutics at Torah Resource Institute, or if you take even at a good Christian seminary like Walter Kaiser in his book, he says that you cannot create halakha or like commandments, the way that you should do things, from narrative in the Bible. And a good example of this would be like having multiple wives, right? You can't say, Jacob had multiple wives, therefore I can have multiple wives. That's not how. Anyway, so but yes, the biblical there is biblical precedence to understand, and you could build this actually from the commands of the Torah too. Anyway, so this person says some people avoid spending money on that day. Some avoid cooking food, and this also can be derived from the Torah. Some avoid exercise. Being so new to this, it seems like some things are clear and others are not. We recently enjoyed visiting a park that costs money to get into, but then we just walked and enjoyed the day. But technically, someone had to be there and work for us to purchase entrance tickets. Just curious on what's clear in Torah and what isn't. Not looking to bend rules, but my husband doesn't observe the Sabbath or the Torah like I do and likes to go places occasionally that cost money. Do I abstain? Well, you got a lot going on in that question. And the reason why is because ultimately this comes back to community rule. Ask your local pastor, ask your congregational leaders, because every community is going to be a little bit different. So that would be number one. Number two, a woman who is married to a man, and the man is not Torah observant or Sabbath observant, and now you get into a whole lot of other issues.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts there.
Yeah.
I think at some point you've got the individual,
right?
Then you've got the family, then you've got the community.
Exactly.
And so I think, yeah, for me, a principle is I don't spend money on Shabbat.
Same here.
But as a community, if I'm not going to, bust somebody's chops. It's a difficult issue. That's for sure.
It's a delicate thing, and the reason why is because we, the group that we're a part of has formed specifically to encourage and to be kind of a bridge, and so we're dealing with people who are, in some cases, not actually. Most of our group is very on board and very Torah observant, but then we got some people who don't think that it's necessarily wrong to spend money. So at what point does the community come in and say, no, how can you put restrictions on a person's personal belief when they're not not with the community?
Right. And so then for the leadership could take a position like, okay, we're going to ask that you don't bring, if you stop by a latte stand or something, and get a coffee. Right. Which is, in the Pacific Northwest, there's coffee stands on every street corner, right, where Caleb lives and where I live. And so people might go, I'll just get a coffee, and what we did is we have one of these commercial Keurig machines, where people put we have a bunch of different coffees. So people could come in and pop a little pod and have their little choice of a drink, that's a convenience. That's something we want to provide. But we would ask people not to bring that into the space, and You know,
Jason.
and sometimes it that's not even enough. You know.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button and check out more videos from Messiah Matters.